to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. So today we are canning chicken. What I have in my pot here is I've got 6 or 7, let's see, about 6 chicken thighs. They're fairly large and they're still on the bone. I'm leaving the skin on them. We're going to just cover them with water. I'm going to put some Himalayan sea salt. I'm not putting like a lot of any vegetables or anything in here. I'm not going to make bone broth with it, but I am going to be making some chicken stock that I will be canning that. So what I'll do is when I get the chicken done, I will go ahead and debone it, and then we'll can that chicken. And then if I have any broth left, I'll probably can that separately, what I don't use in my chicken. The reason I'm not doing a lot of it because I'll be using the chicken for different stuff, probably chicken and dumplings and different recipes. And then I will season my meat separately in different ways. So I don't want to, season it one way and then not be able to use it for different recipes. So let me get my seasonings together and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. And then we'll move it over to the stove and I'll get it to boiling. Okay, so I've got some Himalayan salt, and this is just the rock salt. I like using this when I'm cooking stuff down like this or I'm canning. It just seems to hold together better, and I like it. So I don't grind it, I just throw it in there. I'm gonna throw some pepper. You could also use the peppercorn. I'm just currently out of it right now. Now, from here, if you wanted to, you could put like some Cajun seasoning or anything. In this batch, I'm just using salt and pepper. Simply for, like I said, because I'm canning it. That way, with whatever I use it for, I can season individual jars for whatever I'm using. So. And then I've just got some water. Now granted, normally I would just do this at the sink, but for demonstration purposes. And then I'm just going to take it over to my stove, set it on there, cook it on high, put a lid on it, and just cook it until it's done. Honestly, that should take probably a couple of hours. I'll just check on it. Sorry, pepper hit the back of my throat. That should take a couple of hours, and we'll bring you back and I'll show you how I debone it. Put it in a can and then we'll pressure cook it. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay, welcome back. What I'm going to do is I'm just taking 2 forks and I'm just shredding this chicken up. And then I'm just going to transfer it over to my jars. And then I'm going to, I'll get it about 3/4 of the way full. I'm going to put some chicken broth in. And then when I get enough jars done up, then we're going to pressure cook. So I'm going to do that up real quick. I'm also going to cook some chicken breast up and add to this, just enough to make up enough jars to can. So when I get that done up, I'll bring y'all right back. Or deboning your chicken, you want to get all the fat and extra stuff off because you really don't want that in your jar. So when I do that, I make sure that I just get just the meat and the broth in my jars. So I just wanted to add that in there. So okay, we'll be right back. Okay guys, welcome back. What I've ended up with is 5 jars of chicken. And then I've got 2 jars of chicken stock. It is not broth, bone broth. It's just the stock that I'm going to save that I'll use to make different dishes with. You'll see them in upcoming videos that I'm going to do. One of the things that I'm going to be making later on is I'm going to be making my version of chicken and dumplings. Apparently I do it a little bit different than a lot of people do. I didn't know there was a different way to make chicken and dumplings, but apparently there is. So that video will be coming out in the coming weeks. But anyway, so we're going to get this to going. I just wipe that down with vinegar. As always, you want to ensure a good seal. Put my lids on, finger tight. And my 2 jars of broth, or stock I should say, it's not really broth. Because if you made bone broth, that has to cook for like 24 hours or better. This is just the stock from boiling the chicken, but I did want to save some of it because it's still good and you can use it to cook with and stuff. So I did want to go ahead and use that. I'm going to put some water in here real quick, and then we'll set that up, and this needs to process for 75 minutes. So let me get some water, and then we'll get the lid on this and get it to going. Okay, so it's on. I'm going to hit canning. Put it on for an hour 20. So this is going to come to pressure, and then we just let it go. That's what I love about this thing. I don't have to overthink it, and it is good to go. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you find something useful out of this. I'm eventually going to get me a Presso All-American canner, and I'll be canning over on the stove. But until then, for my small family, this thing works perfect, and I don't have to overthink it. So if you want to get into pressure canning, but you're afraid of the big canners, try this out. And as always, I will link this in the description below. Thank you for joining me today, and God bless.